Welcome.
Hi. It's Stay of HOMEKINS. That's right.
Stay of HOMEKINS.
Guess who I am?
Am I to guess or is the listener to guess?
What if you guessed wrong? That would hurt my feelings.
Why don't you just tell us who you are?
That's a great point. My name is Paul F. Tompkins.
My name is Janie Haddad Tompkins.
I'm a comedian.
I'm an actress.
We are a married couple living in Los Angeles. This is our after dinner podcast.
We do it once a month and it goes straight into your inbox. All you got to do is subscribe and vibe. And this is our free episode that comes out once a month. We also have bonus content on our Weekend Water Substack.
Now,
all right. It's December of 2024.
December. I say after dinner podcast because we usually do it after dinner, but we had dinner separately tonight.
Which was weird.
It was so weird. I had dinner. I have an annual dinner with a friend of mine. And because this December is fucking packed, baby. There's a lot of stuff going on.
By the way, Thanksgiving was yesterday, essentially.
That's what it feels like.
I'm saying like metaphorically.
Yeah.
Symbolically or whatever you call it.
But between now and when we... Oh, excuse me.
Oh, my God.
Between now...
What happened to that dinner? What, y'all run a marathon or something?
Between now... It's much later than we usually record this.
Yeah, we're in a bit of a state and a mood. I'm having like a moment right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess we can record. Maybe this is when's going in the trash pile. Who knows?
The trash pile.
I'm struggling.
Should we have a separate, like a companion podcast called The Trash Pile? It's behind 2 paywalls. If you want to hear the trash,
oh my God.
You have to pay so much money.
Who would pay for the trash pile though?
I mean, there's people that are curious about the trash. I think our hate listeners.
If you're a hate listener, pay us double.
Yeah. So between now and when we leave for Christmas, there's a couple days where there's nothing happening, which I'm very excited about. But there's a lot of stuff going on.
We have a lot of like
social,
standing, like yearly
things.
Standing little group. You know, we don't work in a regular workplace, so we don't have like a office party kind of thing that exists for us. So we have to kind of like.
It's because we don't work 9 to 5.
We have to manufacture these like holiday gatherings with our friends and colleagues.
That sounds so cold. Compared to like the office Christmas party.
Well, but I feel like the opposite of what it sounds like is like we have so many friends and it's like so hard to schedule them all.
But I think a lot of people experience that at the holidays. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, because like, we really do have like a work friend. We have like a work friend. There's just an amorphous line in our work friend life. There's not like a very...
Because sometimes we work with our friends and sometimes we don't, but they remain our friends. Yeah,
exactly. Anyway, I'm in a mood.
Yes.
I'm struggling with some stuff, so.
But so I had my yearly dinner with my friend. I'm home now. We chatted for a little bit. Got all fired up
now
about
I want to talk about like
life stuff.
My emotions.
I'm not trying to prevent you, dear.
Oh, you aren't? Because I feel like you're trying to.
No, I wanted to.
Not prevent me, but
I wanted to.
I thought you were like throwing me a lifeline, like by changing the subject.
No, I was getting back to the subject that I started with.
As a lifeline.
No, because I wanted to talk.
Really?
Yeah, is that weird?
Wait. So I
had a nice dinner, and I'm very full.
Okay, I had dinner by myself at our house, and I'm not super full because I made soup.
It was good soup. I had it for lunch.
You had it for lunch. I made it, and it was guys, I'm just going to say it, how bougie I am. I do subscribe to the New York Times cooking app. I'm sorry. I know we're not supposed to be supporting the failing New York Times. But I have to say that cooking, although I can also like get it from the library for free, but I have to renew it every 2 days.
Yeah.
Which,
every 2 days,
which
Jesus.
I do for the actual newspaper. Like when I need to when I had to read about the United Healthcare shooter, which obviously we're going to get into.
I just read about that in Shooter magazine. They were like, "Who's the new guy in town?"
Who's the new guy? Anyway, there was a recipe, and it was like this pork rice noodle, fried garlic, ginger, onion, and greens.
Uh-huh.
And I made it, and it's fucking delicious.
It was really good.
It's fucking delicious.
The broth is very good.
The broth is like, okay, here was the broth. I just like used store-bought because that's how I am. I got 4, like.
I feel like I'm on a commercial. I find out the broth was store-bought? What? No one makes broth like my wife. And then you're in the kitchen like, here's my little secret.
It was like 4 parts store-bought chicken broth. Four, what?
They don't do commercials like that anymore.
You know what? Wait, Joel sent me. Oh wait,
that was kind of a genre of commercial.
I have like a callback for a commercial. Okay, wait. Oh, I should talk about all of that.
Okay.
Because I didn't even tell you that I have a callback for a commercial tomorrow.
This is fresh.
It was not that exciting. Oh wait, I didn't even tell you that story. You know why I didn't tell you that story? Because I told it to Catherine and I forgot that I didn't tell you that story.
What? When you say that story, the one you didn't tell me, which story am I supposed to be thinking of?
You guys, the fact that you're making me laugh right now is so good because I was like in a really bad mental state before this.
I know we had a heavy conversation.
I was like,
not about us.
Sorry, like crying about it a little bit. But okay, so I guess what's gonna happen is I'm gonna tell you about the story, and not about the broth. If you want to know about the broth, I guess subscribe to our Substack and get up into the comment section. Yeah. And I'll share the recipe. I'll give you a gift recipe for the broth.
Or we put it in the trash pile.
And you pay double.
And you pay double to hear it.
And you pay double. Okay.
Trash, you got to sift through the trash in the trash pile to find the gems.
Get this audition the other day. I was at this audition the other day. Okay. All right. I'm going to tell you the whole fucking setup.
Great.
Great,
because I don't know any of it.
Because I told it to Catherine.
Yes.
Okay. This is not a very flattering story in terms of like sensitivity to the world.
Okay. Interesting.
Like where it leads.
Strong start.
But this really happened. And I just like it made me laugh so hard because it really happened. Okay. So I go to this audition. It's at this factory casting place that I've been going to for decades. 200 South.
200 South.
200 South.
Next to the lamp store.
If you know it, you know it.
Yeah.
It's probably where the next pandemic is going to.
It's going to be ground zero.
It's ground zero. Because I have like a whole thing about the cleanliness of the place. Okay. So it's like for some fucking technology, whatever. So the like premise of the commercial is, and this is like when we're talking about like they don't make commercials like that anymore or whatever, because I have in the past couple of weeks been reminded of some incredible like vintage commercials. And I have also been thinking to myself, they don't make commercials like they used to. And one of them was one that Joel sent me because I had immediately called Joel after this happened.
This is our friend Joel Spence.
Okay, so I go in and I was like, I thought maybe Joel was going to be there. And I was like, I'm at this thing. Are you coming here or whatever? And he's like, oh yeah. Or no, I was like, whatever. It doesn't matter. He was like, I'm coming there, but not until like an hour late, 2 hours later. Tell me how it goes. So I go in and because it's for some technology thing, and the setup of the commercial is like these parents had been taught by their grown children how to use these emojis.
Right.
And the parents are like sending the grown children like just nonstop, like nonsensical emoji messages or something like that. And so the main part of the commercial are like the grown children are like, did you just get this from mom or dad or whatever? And they're like, yes. And then they're like, we never should have taught him how to use whatever. And then cut to me, and they paired me with this guy. This is where it's going. They paired me with this guy. So we do our little scene, and I'm, for whatever reason, like on a roll in the thing. Like I'm improving the emoji scenarios. The guy was like, everyone was like loving it. And he was like, he was very loud. He was good. He was good. He was just, but he was like the real, if he probably embodied that character like in real life, where he's like, I don't even know where my emojis are in the thing, whatever. And I'm like, we'll just work with that because that's perfect for this spot. So then we're leaving together, and whenever you leave with your scene partner, you're partnered with at these auditions, there's like an awkward walk to your cars at the same time.
Yeah. And you're like, do we kiss or?
There's like, typically the conversation goes like, hey, good work in there. Yeah, see you at the callback.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? See you on set or whatever. And it's like, you don't even have the thing yet.
Yeah.
Well, it turned out that this guy, this really loud guy, was parked near where I was parked, which was kind of far away from the door. So I am walking, we're on this interminable, awkward walk, just like riffing about.
Did I say see you on the set? I did.
Like, now what do I say? Now what do I say? And then I was like, well, I'm up here. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm up over there. And he pointed to his car, which was across the street from my car. And I'm like, oh God. And now we have to cross this, street to get to car. And I was like, well, I'm up here. And I pointed, and there was a van parked behind my car with like, a dark van, like a boxy dark van behind my car.
Okay.
And I was like, and he was like, oh, what do you, he's like, oh, you drive that? What are you, a child abductor or something like
Jesus.
that? He said something, now I'm messing up the line he said, but he was like riffing on like if that van were my van.
Yes. But he knew it was not your van.
I was like, I'm up there, and I kind of pointed, and this van that was
and
like...
he was thinking, isn't it fun to pretend
That's
that
exactly
you
right.
drive that van?
He's saying, as we're crossing the street, this really loud guy is like, "What? You drive that shitty van? What do you kidnap kids or something like that?" And I was like, "I know, right?" And then I like crossed around to my car, and as I'm crossing around to my car, and he's crossing the street to his car, the windows in the van were clearly rolled down, and there was like a family in it.
No.
Like a family that maybe possibly
is living in the
maybe.
van? Yeah.
I mean, like it's a possibility. Like it was not like I pulled up in my van to get out and go to someone's house kind of a thing. It was like there was like a family in the van. And so I'm like this, and then I get in my car, and then he's across the street, and he's pulling his door closed, and he looks at me, and he's like, "The windows were open, weren't they?" Like that.
Is he yelling that across the street?
Yeah. He's like, "Their windows are open, right?" That they were open.
Hey, when I said the thing about abducting children in the shitty van, their windows were open, right?
The the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes. And I like, and then I slammed the door in my car and I just drove away with like, I didn't even put my seatbelt on until the stop sign at the next corner because I was like, I need to remove myself from this situation immediately. And then I like instantly called Joel because I was like, you're not going to believe what just fucking happened. And like, I was like going through the story and then what is so crazy is that Joel and I were like laughing because I was like, I wish that we had been called in at the same time because we never get paired together.
Yeah.
And we never like booked anything together. And I was like, I just want to book something with you. And then I had the call back tomorrow. And I was like, I got the call back at 3. And he's like, I did too at 3.
No.
At 3. So now we're like hoping that, but this particular director does not like to hire us.
Oh, so you've been up for stuff this person's directed before?
Yeah, in fact, like I feel like he only calls me in because he's like tangentially kind of connected to my family in a distant way. And I'm like happy that he calls me in all the time. Mm-hmm. But like I never quite stick the landing.
But maybe it's finally time with the combo.
Me and Joel do our little emoji improv together where we're like, what if we do this stupid ass emoji or whatever? And then
those parents sound cool. What if we do this stupid ass emoji?
And then we're like, but I want to know if the guy that I read with, the loud guy, is like also called back. Because I'm going to have to bring up, if I see him at the thing tomorrow, don't you think I'm going to have to bring up like...
No.
No?
No, I do not think you have to bring that up.
Because I actually think it was like the fun, because he was like the windows are open, and then he kind of like when I said and then he kind of made like a, like a like that kind of thing happens to me all the time kind of gesture.
Yeah, keep your fucking voice down.
This guy's so loud. He was like so loud and like he was a character. It was fine.
Do you ever text somebody who doesn't ever use emojis, and then use some look, okay, with my friends, I use emojis. So fucking what?
Yeah.
But sometimes if I'm talking to somebody and they don't use emojis ever, it makes me feel stupid. I feel like
I get you.
Oh my God, this person must think that I'm a corny idiot.
I have a lot of opinions about this. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of opinions.
Yeah.
Like I think emojis are a modern tool for like emoting. I'm not high. It sounds like I'm high. That's not what I meant.
So that's what you think emojis are? Or is that what emojis are? I think that cell phones are like computers. They're the equivalent to computers you hold in your hand.
I think that I like emojis. Okay, here's the thing. This is going to be crazy to say because this really happened to me. Mm-hmm. But I was like involved with someone on like a work situation, like a collaborative situation. Mm-hmm. And it went fine, but I don't think we were like, Lennon and McCartney or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like that happening. But by the time it was done, like I felt like, oh, this person might have hated me. And it was like every text message that this person sent me ended with an emoji, and not just like any emoji, but like a face, like a yellow face emoji.
Right.
Like there was not like a diversity of emojis.
Yeah. You never got the dancing lady.
No. And I use the dancing lady a lot. I also use the alien head a lot.
Dancing lady, great emoji.
So is the laughing cat, and so is the little smiling devil. Purple devil. But anyway, by the end, I was like, I think like what I thought was friendliness was really like passive aggression. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I wasn't reading between the emojis. Until it was all said and done. And then I realized, oh God, if I overuse emojis, am I going to come off as passive aggressive? And not stupid, but like passive aggressive.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't think anybody would think that of you.
Well.
That's not your style. I think people know that's not your style.
I mean, you just never fucking know what people think of you. I do use them liberally, but when people don't use them, it's fine. It's like
I don't use them all the time. Here's what I'm into lately, since this became a thing, is stickers.
Oh my God, you love those fucking stickers. I fucking
love stickers because you can make your own.
You like to surprise with like a sticker.
Yes, if somebody's texting you. And
I think the stickers are slightly annoying.
Then you put a sticker of that person on the thing they texted
That happened to me on my girls' throw the other day.
It's great.
There's this iconic picture of me amongst my girls' group.
What is this iconic picture? Have I seen it?
If you haven't seen it, I will have to show it to you. Maybe I'll have to include it in the post on this, but if I include it in the post on this, it feels like I'm like sharing like a deep, like sacred thing or something.
Yes. Then we're going to say right now, we're not going to share it.
Okay. But I'll just describe it.
Yes, that's different.
There was this trip I took to Palm Springs with my girls' thread where, which I've talked about on this podcast in the past. There was a whole episode about another particular weekend that was memorable.
It's been discussed.
There's a lot of memorable.
You can't say she didn't talk about
when we do our yearly weekend in the desert, you guys, it's a lot of memorable things happen. This particular year, we had all just watched Making a Murderer on Netflix.
Wait, which one is that?
It's like Stephen Avery and the Avery family and the junkyard. And then there's like the dynamic lawyers that, okay. We like literally, I swear to God, saw so many doppelgangers from.
I remember this. I remember you telling me about this.
From the Making a Murderer docuseries that we could not stop talking about that year. Mm-hmm. And like at one point, like Stephen Avery himself was our Uber driver. And like Jen Sims got in the front seat and like texted us in the back and was like, Stephen Avery is driving this car. And then he like turned around or something and it really was like him or whatever. Jesus. It looked like him.
Wait, he turned around not in response to that. He just happened to turn around.
He just happened to turn around and he really did.
He wasn't like, do you think I look like this guy?
Well, there's like a lot of crazy shit that was going on this weekend, weekend.
Yeah.
And one crazy thing was Claire, one of the girls, Claire, had gotten this gift of Wisconsin cheese. Like she'd helped a client or something or other that was like connected. And so there was all this like Wisconsin cheese. But we were like in a hotel.
Yeah.
And so we were like eating in the hotel and like drinking wine and like having crackers and stuffing our face with like potato chips or whatever. Mm-hmm. And for some reason I wanted some cheese. And I unwrapped the block, it was like a huge block of Wisconsin cheese. Mm-hmm. And I took a bite of it and I'm like holding it like it's a sandwich.
I do not think I've ever seen this photo.
And I'm like taking a bite of the Wisconsin cheese and I like have my like chin down. So there's like a double chin like happening. And I like am biting into it and there's like food in my mouth and my mouth is like half open and the photograph is like catching me with like this look in my eye.
The worst possible moment.
And it's like maybe the unsexiest photograph. Like you could never create like an unsexier photograph than this moment. But it's become like infamous in the friend group. Like to the point where like every now and then like a year will go by or something and I'll just randomly send that photo like to, hi cuckoo to the friend group. And then the other day it came up out of a long time of not referring to it or referencing it.
Yeah. That's magic.
They were like going on and on about, we were joking about how hunky the killer of the CEO, the United Luigi Mangione, who was apprehended, and this was like
ragazzo bello.
So there were these like memes going on around about like his sort of, and so I had shared, I think one that you had sent me even. Someone had sent a meme that had said, someone tweeted, "Good luck finding 12 jurors that don't want to fuck him," or something like that. Right. And I had like shared it to the group. Krista had in her back pocket a sticker version of the infamous hunk of Wisconsin cheese on the Stephen Avery weekend trip. It's all right because there was also like another iconic photo that was taken that weekend. That I don't mind sharing because it's on my Instagram, like from years ago or whatever, where we're like in a Palm Springs gift shop. And I'm holding a coffee cup, like a giant coffee cup that said, I'm down to just one cup of coffee a day. Or
do you know, I saw that somewhere recently. Because
Krista got me that mug. It was in our cupboard.
No, I saw it somewhere else, I'm saying.
She bought me the mug, but the regular size version, and it was in the cupboard.
That's what's so funny is that it's
not the joke is not the giant. She said that she tried to find the giant one.
It's a regular size cup that says, "I'm down to 1 cup a day," and it's like, okay, good for you. But I saw the giant size version. I can't remember where I was, but it was within the last few days.
You were on the road so much this year. You had to have been in like a truck stop or something.
Yeah. It must have been something like that.
So I was holding I'm down to 1 cup of coffee a day, and I just had this look on my face like I'm over it.
Yeah.
Jen Sims, unbeknownst to me, is behind me in a crazy hat, and she picked up a mug that was shaped like a revolver and is like kind of holding it and making a crazy face.
Right.
And for some reason, this photograph is like maybe the greatest photograph ever taken.
So you're in 2 iconic photographs from the girls thread?
I'm in 2.
Okay.
I am in 2. Yeah. I don't know why it just happens that I end up getting in the iconic photographs because I'm like, I think I'm willing to just, I don't give a, like I'm just like, I'll, take this picture now or whatever. So anyway, the sticker of me eating the cheese ended up being posted on the Luigi Mangione's too hot to be prosecuted kind of thing.
Pomeriggio. No, that's afternoon. Formaggio.
I ended up, formaggio.
I'm on my Duolingo journey still.
Yeah, you were like on an unbroken streak for the year of 2024. You did I'm
so mad that I missed a day. Not for the whole year, but from when I started it this year. But I missed a day, and so I do not have a perfect week. But I will tell you right now, my streak is... Where am I? Show me.
Show me the money, Duolingo.
I'm on a 207-day streak.
They would be a good sponsor for our podcast if anyone would ever sponsor our podcast again because...
Duolingo, sure.
You're a real evangelist.
I met somebody on the road when I was on the Comedy Bang Bang tour who worked for Duolingo, and they gave me a little Duolingo enamel pin of the little owl.
No way.
Yes. Isn't that sweet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They knew that you were doing it or something?
Yeah, I must have mentioned it on Freedom or something.
Oh my God.
Oh my Christ almighty.
Oh my God. Wait, we should get them to see. Maybe they would find out if we should do a sponsorship with All right, we'll take a break and we'll be right back. This is a spot where our sponsorship could fit if you work at Duolingo. And we're back. We didn't even rehearse that.
No, we didn't.
We didn't rehearse it.
We didn't rehearse it. It was just so good. Last night we went to the theater.
We sure did.
We saw our friend Nicole Parker on stage.
She's killing it. She's like treading the boards a ton this year.
I know. I love watching her on stage.
She's so funny.
She's so fucking good. We saw La Cage aux Folles, which neither of us had ever seen, right?
No, we'd only seen the movie The Birdcage, which
Yes.
is based on the original.
Yes. Okay, so here's
it's French.
the La Cage timeline, right?
Which, yeah.
First, it's a movie in France.
Okay.
La Cage aux Folles. They adapt the movie into a play.
A play.
La Cage aux Folles.
A French play.
They adapt
A French play?
the French play into a musical.
So it's a movie before it's a play? That's very unusual.
Yes. But that's like one of the early precedents of movie to play.
Okay.
The producers was movie to play. And then to movie again. So here's the journey of La Cage. French movie, French play, American musical.
And it was always La Cage aux Folles. The Birdcage was only ever that. Okay.
The American movie, which was not a musical. They have not yet made a movie of the musical version.
No, which they could. Yeah, because they're doing that lately, like Wicked or whatever.
Yeah.
So, which we saw, Wicked as well. Which we probably didn't.
Wicked was very entertaining.
It was really good. We saw it in IMAX. Shout out to my cousin Annie, who
That's right.
is
got
an
us
assistant.
Into an advanced screening.
She got us into an advanced IMAX screening.
Do you remember
but she paid for it?
She was talking about the movie afterwards, and she was saying, and there was all this stuff that Jeff was doing, and it didn't make the final cut. And then I said, "Who's Jeff?" And she stared at me and then said, "Jeff Goldblum."
Yes.
And I realized I've never heard to anyone refer to Jeff Goldblum as Jeff. Like, never in my life.
I know, but also, like, in front of her friends, you were being a little like, oh, you're on a first name base, a little.
No, I'm sure I look like a fucking idiot.
It created people ribbing her about it. It created a moment.
Oh, did it?
It created a little moment of like, oh, Jeff, like you're on a first name basis.
All I remember was being lightly embarrassed that I did not piece that together from a movie that I just saw.
I think I'm going to sneeze. The air is really bad here in LA. The fires are bad. In Malibu.
Bad.
I'm about to sneeze. Sorry.
Gotten, bless my baby.
Thank you.
I've gotten nosebleeds 2 days in a row.
Every day this
from
week.
blowing my nose.
Ever since you've gotten back from the road. Which I'm like, is there something poisonous in our house? And then I'm like, no, because I'm outside. I was out in the world today, and I was like, my eyes are literally burning in my head.
Yeah. It's very dry.
Yeah, it's like the fire warnings are so dire. It's like the most dire it's been. Like they've only issued
fire's dire.
four times this level of warning of fire.
Oh yeah,
in the last 4 decades or something crazy. It's something crazy like that.
It's bananas, everybody.
So yes,
the Earth.
So we enjoyed La Cage aux Folles. And then we saw
the songs were. I thought there were so many good songs in it that I'd never heard before.
Yeah,
and I've heard songs from musicals that I've never seen. I'm surprised that those songs aren't heard more, or people don't sing them more, in cabarets and concerts and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Also, I noted, because we've seen stuff at Pasadena Playhouse before.
Yes, we have.
And I like that theater.
I do too.
It was a little bit more sets and costumes than previous stuff we'd seen there before.
Yeah, because we've seen plays. I don't think we've seen a musical there before.
And there was a full band off stage and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was kind of fun.
Yeah. I liked that show.
Yeah, I liked it too.
And Nicole was fantastic.
It was fun. And then what other fun things have we done? I'm sure we've done a bunch of fun things.
Well, you accompanied me to New York when I was on tour with Amy Mann and Ted Leo doing their Christmas show.
Yes, I did.
Which every other year they do out of town.
Is that the pattern?
I think so, yeah. And then every other year they do it in Los Angeles.
Which is like Comedy Bang Bang kind of.
Yeah. And it was really fun. We did 3 days in New York. We went to Connecticut, New Jersey, and Virginia. And the shows were really fun. But you know what? The East Coast in the wintertime.
So fucking cold.
It makes me sad. It reminds me of sad, bleak times.
Like
from
winter,
when I was
depressed, like
growing up.
seasonal affect.
Yeah, that's it. Really, it's like it hits me hard. It's not like when it gets cold here.
Yeah,
and I mean it never gets.
It gets
freezing cold like it does.
There was frost. No, you're right, but there was frost.
Cold.
But I was gonna say there's frost on my car the other morning when I got up early. But like it's different here because in a way like you crave a little seasonal change.
Yes,
because of the desert climate or whatever.
Yeah, and you know the cold doesn't last that long. So it's the fun novelty of like, I'm putting on a scarf and a coat.
Yes, because like midday it'll be like, oh, I can just be in a long sleeve shirt and it's fine.
But yeah, man, it really got me down at times.
It did. Yeah. I didn't know that. Well, I didn't know that was going on with you.
Well, you didn't need to know that.
I want to know. Well, you were on the move a lot too. So it was hard to sort of, but yeah, I came to meet you in New York and I got to see friends. I saw a Broadway show myself and I went to Sardi's by myself.
Did you order from the actors menu?
No, I was seated at the bar. I mean, I sat myself at the bar. I came in and I said, are there any seats at the bar? And they're like, you're welcome to go look.
Any seats at the bar, boys? Did you see that one caricature that looks like Tim Baltz?
No, because I was upstairs.
Oh, you're upstairs. That's a downstairs one.
And I got the last empty seat at the bar. I sat next to this lovely gay couple from Nashville. And they were in town because they were visiting like his daughter. And he was like telling me, and he's like an interior designer in Nashville. And he was like telling me about how the last time he was like in New York, or cause like he had come to New York when he was still married at one time with his pastor who is now married to his wife and they're all like still friends.
The fuck?
I was like,
freaks.
Don't be like that. So funny. He was like funny. Him and his husband were funny. And then they were just waiting for a table and I had my martini and French onion soup and then I went to my show. I had like a great day in New York. I was just like going around by myself. Yeah. That's kind of something I like to do when I visit New York. Yeah. When you live in New York, it's a different story.
Yes, it is.
When you're visiting New York.
I do like to visit New York.
Yeah, I think visiting New York can be fun.
I really do. Even though it's like working, it was, it's nice to be.
It's energizing.
I walked to work every night. And, it was really fun. And I love that in New York, the hotel bars, they open a little bit later. Oh my God. So we were in, where the fuck was it? I can't remember which city this was in. Definitely not New York.
Well, tell everyone how many cities you performed in this year.
It
was like 47, wasn't it?
I think it was like 59 cities and 61 venues.
It was 50-some cities? I thought it was 40-something cities.
No, it was... Let me see.
Oh, my gosh.
Let me see. Just give
Sorry,
me...
I did not mean to derail you.
Seconds.
I didn't mean to derail you from like...
61 shows, 59 venues, 47 cities.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was your Spotify touring wrap up for the year.
Yeah. But so this one place we were, it was the last night. It was in Connecticut. And so two of the people live in New York, and they were going to be taken back to New York by a car. And the rest of us were going back to a hotel. We're going to fly out the next day.
Okay.
And so we all wanted to like
have a farewell.
Yeah. Can we
like a
hang?
like a closing night.
Yeah.
Like a closing nightcap or something.
And we were kind of against a deadline because of the time the car pickup and all that shit. So we're like, what if we just go back to the hotel and have a drink there? And so I called the hotel, and it was Sunday night. And I said, what time is the hotel bar still open? And he said, no, it closes at 8 on the weekends and it's open till 11 on the weeknights.
Wait,
what?
That cannot be true.
What are you talking about?
That cannot be true.
It was true. It was true.
But why?
I don't know. I guess, here's what I figure is that they have more people there because it's like business people or whatever. You know what I mean? So they have more people there Monday through Friday.
Okay.
And the fewer people there are, there's no point in keeping it open.
I agree, but that doesn't make sense. Why would they have more people there Monday? There's got to be people that come there on the weekends.
But not as many as the week, I guess, because it's like people flying in and out for business. Although I remember when we were at the Fitzgerald for Riotopia, there was our hotel was not far from the venue, and earlier the night before, the bar closed at 9 or something. And then after the show, we were like, no, the bar's probably going to be closed. And we got back and it was still open. There were like people that came from the theater and having a drink there. And the bartender said, like, yeah, if there's people here,
we'll stay
open.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And I think I told you when we were in Glasgow for Comedy Bang Bang, and we went back to the hotel, and it was our first night in the UK, and we were like, are we going to be able to get a drink? There's some people sitting near the hotel bar, and there's a guy behind the bar. So we go up and we say, hey, is the bar still open? And the guy, I don't think he even looked at us, and he just went, the bar is open 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day. All fucking 24. So 4 a.m. You're like, I got to get a drink.
That's incredible.
There will be somebody there.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I want to stay at that hotel. There's something also like cozy about it. Like to know that if you have insomnia, excuse me, I know I have some water that I can
I know
clear.
you have some water.
Excuse me. Like if you're just kind of like spooked or something, you could just go down and be like, have a conversation with the bartender.
Yes.
Like in the middle of the night.
Bartender in the middle of the night.
Like in The Shining.
Yeah, exactly. And your credit is always good there.
Yeah. What's his name, Lou? Well, I can't believe we forget the name every time.
We just watched it this year too.
And I think we forgot the name when we talked about it.
Fuck.
His name is
Lloyd.
Lloyd.
The bartender from The Shining.
Lloyd, the bartender from The Shining.
Oh, he's still there,
I know. He's always there.
You didn't see Dr. Sleep, which was the sequel to The Shining.
No, and someone was just telling me about it the other night.
In that movie, Ewan McGregor plays Danny Torrance, all grown up. He goes back to the Overlook Hotel.
That's clever.
Yeah.
I like that premise.
And you remember how Lloyd was the bartender.
Yes.
Now guess who it is? It's his father, Jack
One
Torrance.
of the twins.
No, it's Jack Torrance.
Oh.
Played by Henry Thomas. And they made him look like Jack Nicholson from The Shining.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. Well, not like exactly like they didn't put prosthetics on him, but they gave him like a wig and stuff. And it was pretty good effect.
Who did this movie? Was it Mike Flanagan?
It was a Mike Flanagan joint.
Mike Flanagan joint?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd love to be in one of those fucking things, man.
I went to a screening the other night. I was sitting in the same row as Mike Flanagan and his wife.
Oh, yeah, because of Katie Parker.
Because Katie Parker, yeah.
Yeah.
Our friend Katie Parker was in them. It was good. What's
the name of the movie again?
It's got a name that, I know what it's called. The Beldam.
The what now?
The Beldam.
The Beldam?
Yeah.
Spell it.
Beldam. It's one of those like kind of spooky movies that opens up with like the title card, and then the next card is like the definition of what that word means.
Oh.
Like in old, Victorian times or whatever.
Not the Bedlam.
No, the Beldam.
The Beldam.
Like in old times, a beldam was like a witch that stole your baby's soul or something. Wait. Oh, I thought you were saying that like you knew what it was.
No, that's a scary concept.
It's like a
Why are witches stealing babies? Don't do it.
I don't know if that's the exact right definition, but there was something crazy about the definition.
I wonder if it'll be in the dictionary.
Wait, are you looking on the dictionary or just doing like a flat out like internet search?
Noun, archaic, an old woman. Derogatory, a malicious or loathsome old woman.
Okay, keep going.
Origin,
I'm listening.
Late Middle English, originally in the sense grandmother. From Old French, belle, beautiful, plus dame.
Like dame.
I guess. Yeah, dame is the female? Oh, I can't. I have to pay to hear the pronunciation out loud.
What?
Fuck off.
The fuck? Google's broke. I don't use Google anymore.
No, it's a dictionary app.
Oh, okay.
A dame or dam is the female parent of an animal, especially a domestic animal.
Okay.
I've never heard that before. One version is inherited from the dog's sire and one from its dam. His dam was a Pinto mare. It's an alteration of dame.
Well, anyway, that was the name of the movie.
And it's a spooky.
Yeah, it's kind of more of like a psychological type of.
I love a psychological spooky.
Yeah.
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 Do you know what I want to see that I haven't watched in a long time is The Others. I saw that when it came out.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw that when it came out, too.
I kind of like to see it again. Sometimes it's fun to watch a movie when you already know what the twist is.
Yeah. I was actually thinking I wanted to watch something that I already knew what the twist was recently. And I can't remember what it was. It might have been a television series where I was like, what would that be like if I watched it?
Did you ever hear about the twist in Sugar, that Colin Farrell TV show that we gave
Unfortunately,
up on?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's not till like the second to last episode or something that they're like, by the way, this guy's an alien.
I want that twist to be like my life twist.
That you're an alien?
Or that, the aliens reveal.
Would you prefer that the aliens have been here the whole time? Or would you prefer that they make a dramatic entrance?
A dramatic entrance.
I kind of think that too.
Well, okay, so like I guess there's like everyone's saying like the aliens are here or they're about to come or whatever. Because there's like these drones in New Jersey.
Oh, right.
And then
But they're drones.
And then this friend of mine was like, I think they're already here. And I was like, no, here's how I know they're not. I don't think their point of entry is going to be Jersey.
Where do you think they'll show up?
Hawaii.
Why would they show up in Hawaii? You think they're on vacation?
I think they are like intelligent beings.
They've like looked at brochures. Like, oh, let's go there. Ooh, look at this one.
And I also think they would be drawn to like the resources of our planet. So maybe like even like a national park or like another country's national park.
Cane.
Or like another like wonder of the world, like a I don't know, like a Mount Kilimanjaro, like
the pyramids.
Or something like that, where they would be drawn to. Well, the pyramids are man-made.
Do you know what would be a big fuck you? Is if they showed up at that big statue of Jesus in Rio.
Oh, because they're like,
what it is?
Yes, in Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they're basically like, we really like your Christianity that you guys practice in some parts of the globe.
A lot of you believe in this guy? You never thought to believe in us. And they there's like a couple of them in the hands, and they're like, woo, party.
I do think okay, so we don't live far, without giving away, we don't live far.
We don't live far from that statue.
From that.
We're not going to give you our exact location, but yes, we are with walking distance to the big Jesus statue in Rio de Janeiro.
Where do you think they're going to show up?
I mean, it would make sense if they showed up at the where all the world leaders are. You know what I mean?
Where is that? That G7 bullshit or whatever that fuck?
No, they just they got a little party that goes to each one at the same time.
Oh, they're gonna divide and they're gonna split up.
Say hi.
They're gonna split up?
Yeah. Do you think it's just 3 aliens?
Yeah.
What if that's what it was? What if there is intelligent life, but it's 3 aliens?
I guess I wasn't thinking about how many, and I wasn't thinking about
You thought it was 5 dudes in a UFO.
Sure.
What if it's ETs? They look like ET.
That would be funny.
That would be fucking
cute,
hilarious.
But they don't. I mean, they look like the tall grays. They gotta look like the tall.
You think so?
Well, yeah. There's a dead one, and they have a corpse of one.
Are you talking about the one that they found in Peru or whatever?
Wherever.
It's just clearly a statue.
I don't know what it is.
That picture is so funny.
Also, by the way, here's the thing. Here's why I know it's them. Mm-hmm. Because people who have had abduction stories happen to them.
Yeah.
Who don't know the other people.
Yeah.
They describe the same composite drawing of what they look like.
Yeah, but...
What?
I don't buy that.
What are you talking about?
I don't buy that they have not influenced each other.
They don't know about each other. I pray you don't get abducted because...
Thank you.
I don't want to get abducted.
Here's a great headline.
Okay.
This was from January of this year.
Ooh.
Aliens found in Peru are actually dolls made of bones.
What does that even mean?
Forensic experts declare.
What is that? Oh, they were just bones that someone shaped like an alien?
Yeah, look at this little guy.
Wow, that's actually an ET looking guy.
He is very ET looking.
That's a real ET looking guy.
The Mexican Congress heard testimony on September 12th, 2023, my birthday.
What did they hear?
They heard testimony about aliens.
We had a thing, a hearing here. We had a hearing here.
I remember that.
There was a more recent one.
And nobody cared.
Not just no, some people are caring.
Some people care, but
some
most people are
caring.
It should have been a bigger deal.
There are some other things going on.
This guy was saying there's weird stuff, and we've seen it, we have it.
Yes, that's exactly right.
And then most people were just like, okay.
I mean, I wasn't like that.
I know.
I was like, yeah, I think they're fucking here.
You're so thirsty for these aliens.
I'm a little thirsty for the aliens.
Fiending for these aliens.
I'm not going to lie. I will be, if I come within the presence of the aliens, I will be so scared. Mm-hmm. But also, I will think it's really funny at the same time. That's how I'm going to die.
Do you think if they come, they're coming to destroy us, or they're coming to save us?
Oh, I think they're coming to save us.
God, I fucking hope so. That'd be so great.
Let me ask you this. Great. If you go to the animal shelter to get a dumb dog that doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Are you coming to that animal shelter to destroy the dog or to save the dog?
Well, now, I think that's unfair.
Why?
Because if aliens are intelligent life forms, they do have the capacity to be destructive.
What do they get out of it?
Human labor. They can enslave us.
They don't need us. They have AI. They have whatever the 10th version of AI is.
Do you think that's any good?
I think that their
Maybe that fucking fucked them up and they're like, we got to get out of here. Let's go to this planet and use our superior intelligence and technology to enslave these idiots.
I don't want to be enslaved by the aliens.
I really don't. I'd rather not. And I'm glad we're saying it on the record.
Like, I think they're coming because, well, I also think we're sending a signal. Mm-hmm. Like, shit's gone crazy. Even Trump said that when he visited Macron.
He said shit's gone crazy?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Like the other day, he went to France to the Notre Dame.
Oh, I did not know this.
Yeah.
They reopened Notre Dame or something?
Yeah. Oh, wow. You're on a real news fast.
I guess I am, yeah.
Shit. How do you do that? I'm not on a news fast. I'm what is it called? Metabolizing the news in a totally different way than I ever have before, which is just like looking for very neutral bulletins, like a telegram. Trump in France, full stop. Notre Dame reopens, full stop.
Hey, guess what, Macron? Shit is fucked up.
He said the world's gone a little crazy.
Thanks, dude.
And I was like, you think?
Yeah. Great observation.
Why do you think that is?
You dumb.
You fucking dark triad.
You dark triad.
I don't know if he's dark triad.
What's the dark triad?
Sociopathy, psychopathy, and the whatever the third one is. Do you want me to ask Alexa?
No. Let's not drag her into this.
Like if you have all three. I mean, maybe he's dark triad. I think he's dumb triad.
I think he's an asshole. I think he's a guy who got
he's a fucking rich
fucked
asshole
up by his fucked up parents.
Now his dad, possibly dark triad.
Yeah, possibly.
Then Trump became dumb triad.
Even Trump has said, my dad may be in hell. He said that during his speech, like kidding around.
And he does seem obsessed with Hannibal Lecter. The late great Hannibal Lecter. The late great Hannibal Lecter.
He'd like to have you for dinner.
Oh my God.
If the aliens, I would like to meet the aliens.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If the aliens have been among us.
I don't like that idea.
I don't either. I think that sucks.
There's no way I could trust them. That
fucking sucks.
There's no way I could trust them.
Are they among us like in human life form?
Here's how they handle it on Star Trek, right?
Okay.
So you have your United Federation of Planets, the good guys. They're
the
exploring.
UFPs. All right.
What?
The UFPs. United Federation of Planets.
That's exactly right. So you get the crew of the Enterprise, and they say, we're going to check out this civilization that has advanced significantly, their technology, and they're probably on the verge of space exploration. Okay. Or I think specifically warp technology, which is the ability to travel at great speeds across the galaxy.
Okay.
So we're going to check them out and see what they're like.
And like give them a little like encouragement.
No. They go in disguise as them to kind of, be in their culture and see what they're all about, collect data, and then go back to the ship. but they don't say like, surprise, it's us. We've been here the whole time. So if the aliens are among us, that's what I prefer that they do, is that they
just keep their mouths fucking shut.
They leave out the part when they're talking to us. They leave out the part where, I mean, I guess it's okay if they say, we've been studying you.
Okay.
But it would fucking creep me out if they were like, we disguise ourselves as human beings. And
if they disguise themselves, first of all, I don't think that they can disguise themselves as human beings and be among us, because we can't even take like an apple across the border to Canada. Because they're like, oh, it might infect the crops or the disease, whatever.
Oh, that's what they'd like you to believe.
So we're supposed
But if they have superior technology and everything, there's probably a way they could do it.
I don't think so. It would expose us to so much radiation.
How do you know that for a fact?
Because they're coming from like another planet. They're coming.
So that automatically means they're full of radiation?
Yes.
What kind of radiation?
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, they say cancer's on the rise in young people.
You think it's aliens?
I mean, I'm not saying it isn't.
Not just our fucked up society. and how they will hide things that they know to be harmful for people in order to make money.
That's
Isn't
awesome.
it wild that we go to a dry cleaner?
RFK Jr.
We go to a dry cleaner in Los Angeles, in California, I guess. And there's a sign in every dry cleaner that says, hey, by the way, we use chemicals that might kill you. Just so you know.
I mean.
Hey, since you're here, we should tell you that we use chemicals that are known to be harmful to human beings.
And then those people would work around those chemicals.
Yeah.
Which is not cool.
I would hope the aliens would have the decency to have figured out that problem before they come down here.
How would they have figured it out?
They're
That's
aliens.
their intelligence?
Yes. They're far beyond us technologically. If they're able to come here from God knows where.
If they are among us and they have been hiding as humans.
Yeah.
And then we find out like fucking Trump is one of them this whole time.
I mean, I honestly,
I'd be like, go fucking back to Mars, dude.
I'd be like, you fucking got me. You got me.
Would you like him then? If he was like, I was testing everyone.
Just so people know.
I was testing everyone.
Just so listeners know. Our heat, when it comes on in the house.
Makes a click.
It makes a loud click that always feels like there's someone in the house.
Yeah, I know. I don't like
and
it.
It's alarming every single time.
I feel like it's a new development.
It is a new development.
Okay.
And I don't like it.
You think I liked it when you were out of town for half the year?
For half a year.
I was like fucking jumping out of my skin I just feel like if the aliens, here's what the aliens need to do.
Mm-hmm.
They need to reveal themselves, like you're saying, all at once, all around the world in like a camera situation.
Yes.
Where like they take over like our phones and the airwaves. It's like when there's a car chase.
Fucking terrifying.
There's a car chase in LA and I get on my phone like breaking news. Police are chasing, high-speed car chase through Hollywood. Mm-hmm. I click that shit open so fast.
Of course.
Then I send a link to my brother so he can click it open so fast. I watch it from the helicopter. Yeah.
What if they reveal themselves in a high-speed car chase?
I mean, I think we'd all be watching it.
Oh, we should also say we recorded this in advance. So if by the time you hear this, the aliens have come.
We recorded this like a day and a half in advance because you're doing a comedy Bang Bang show on Friday night in Los Angeles.
I know. Welcome, aliens.
Wait, okay.
Bye.
If we recorded this in advance,
it's
coming out while you're on stage doing your Comedy Bang Bang show in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. If the aliens come, are you still doing...
Bless the baby!
Sorry, sneezing. It's like, I can't... The air in LA is killing me. My eyes are burning. I can't stop sneezing. I don't know how to get away from it. We have a filter on our heating system, but it doesn't filter out the... Like, I can't breathe. All right, I'm just saying, like, the aliens need to come fast because
Wait, what happens? What's the...
Are you still going to do the
briefly.
The what?
I was in the story briefly, and then you got away from it. Am I still going to do the show?
Are you still going to be doing your Comedy Bang Bang show?
What time do the aliens come? I think the show's at 8 o'clock.
If they came at 8 o'clock on a Friday night, that would be rude. They need to come on like a Monday morning.
Yes, exactly. They shouldn't come like during
on
the
our
news
weekend.
Dump. Yeah. Get max coverage Monday morning.
They need to come on a Monday or Tuesday morning.
I would hate for the aliens to come and I'm on stage in a dumb costume. Like, could you guys have come when I was in my street clothes?
Yeah.
All right, we should wrap it up.
I mean, yeah.
Do you have any recommendations for peoples?
Oh, you're going to ask me that in this moment?
Would you like me to go first?
Yeah.
I'm reading a book by an author that I really like named Jedediah Berry. The book is called The Naming Song, and it's a wild book, and I'm really enjoying it.
It's a fiction book.
It is a novel, yes.
How did you discover this book?
Well, because I follow the author for just such an occasion, so I can be aware of when he puts out new material.
Oh, yeah? What were the other books?
He wrote a book called The Manual of Detection, which I really enjoyed. And then another short story of his, what is it called? Like A Box or a Small Window. It's got a strange title like that. And he's just he creates very interesting sort of worlds.
Okay.
That are like our world, but slightly off. You know what I mean?
Like an alien might create?
No. Well, I don't know. I don't know what kind of worlds aliens are creating. But I really like what he does a lot.
I don't know what to recommend.
Keep thinking. I also want to tell people that, speaking of Nicole Parker, and speaking of aliens too, Nicole told us when we were recording the Neighborhood Listen, and I think she said it on the podcast, but it was a real thing that happened in her life. Her mother told her and her sister when they were kids, just so you know, if the aliens come and they invite me to go with them, I'm going.
I love it.
She was like, I love you. But I've got the chance. Like if it's a close encounters situation where the aliens are like, hey, do you want to come with us? She's absolutely going.
Okay. Well, wow. In that situation, and it's two of us, are you going?
No.
What if I wanted to go? Would you come with me?
If you wanted to go and I was allowed to come with you, yes, I would come with you.
You wouldn't be scared and say this is ill-advised?
What if that's the term I use? I don't know. This is ill-advised.
There's too much uncertainty here. There are too many.
No, I would. If I felt like, because the beauty of that movie of Close Encounters is that they've been like leading us up to this moment of we're going to make contact with humankind. So like all these symbols and signs and whatever the fuck, right? And so they're doing weird shit. And then eventually the show, and you know, humanity, like they figure out that boo, 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 boo. Like, okay, we understand each other. And, so you get the sense, okay, these are good guys.
That there's a communication involved.
Oh, and then also there was like people that had been abducted that they let off the ship.
You're giving me chills.
Yeah.
You're giving me chills because
Did we do a watch along that? Maybe we should.
We should.
Yeah.
We absolutely. This is the perfect moment for it.
But
This
if I
is
got
the
the sense
perfect
if I
moment
got the
for-
sense they were friendly, I think that would be a very exciting thing. To tour the
But is
universe?
that movie just a metaphor for death?
Great.
Okay, so I want
But I also want
to
to tell people, speaking of Nicole Parker, on Wednesday, the 18th of December, we are guests on the Off Book podcast
That's
holiday
That's right.
episode, holiday show, which Nicole and I have done for the last 7 years with Jess McKenna and Zach Reno of Off Book. And we're doing our first live one all together. And it will also be live streamed.
Oh, fun.
Live from Lodge Room.
Well, I want to stream it.
Yeah, so go to paulftompkins.com/live and you'll see the information.
You're reminding me. I had such a fun time guesting on Ask Rana and Brian.
Yes.
They did a special live episode. It's behind their Patreon wall. So if you are fans of the Ask Rana and Brian podcast and you're a Patreon member, I'm in the special Ronica episode where it's like holiday times. Drew Droege plays
So funny.
Eleanor Roosevelt.
Oh, he did a character?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And it's me and Drew Droege as Eleanor Roosevelt
Roosevelt.
and Jason Mantzoukas.
Perfect.
Yes.
I'd like to watch that.
And then Rana and Brian, of course.
Okay.
Of
I'm gonna
course.
check that shit out.
And some listeners, because they play celebrity with us at the end
Oh,
for
fun.
a prize. Yes.
Fun. I got to watch this shit.
So it's like at the Ask Rana and Brian Patreon. We listen to that podcast. We're like regular listeners of that podcast.
Yes.
Because we know those guys personally and respect them as comedians and
That's fun.
storytellers.
We listen to him over breakfast.
Oh yeah, it's so fun.
And we're letting you know that we are doing a reaction podcast.
Oh, that's right. I mean, we just released our first one, and I was already forgetting.
The 10th season of the terrible TV show Southern Charm,
which is a reality TV show that airs on Bravo and then Peacock. And then on Peacock.
Yeah.
It says only on Bravo, but then it's also on Peacock.
We're watching it on Peacock when there's no commercials anymore.
Yeah, because we have
so
our
it's like the
little
next day
we have we have that subscription.
Yeah,
we have
but
that particular subscription that we've had since the Olympics.
Our podcast about the first episode is out for free, and then subsequent episodes
that have yet to come out because there's only been one episode of Southern Charm.
Yes.
So we're going to watch each episode as they come out and then record those podcasts. And the way that you can access them is by going to weekendwater.substack.com.
There you go. Easy peasy. All right. We got to go. We'll be back next month in the new year.
And we'll also be back doing those reaction podcasts in the interim.
Well, yes.
But that's for the bonus subscribers. The new year, which is 2025, guys. Happy holidays to everyone.
Yeah.
Whatever you celebrate.
Have a great holiday.
Kwanzaa, Christmas,
Hanukkah.
Are there other things?
Enjoy
there other
the holiday
things?
season. There's probably other things.
Secular. Pagan.
Yes. So our Wiccans out there.
Advent.
That's religious.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever that is, this is, I don't know what to say about it.
Have a good one.
Have a good one. Just make it good for yourself.
We really appreciate you listening, and we'll be back. And until then,
yes,
stay safe,
stay sane, and stay strong. Do, 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 do.